Welcome back to GTA Online. Today I began by doing what any respectable English gentleman would do, by getting wine drunk and going on a drunken rampage in someone else's car. I also thought it would be a good idea to show you how I record these videos, so I turned on a webcam. You can see I've got my microphone set up here, I've got my lovely new background, I moved my desk over slightly, got my headphones for monitoring my sound, and I've got my lovely dinosaur t-shirt on. How nice is that? You're only going to see this camera for a few seconds and I'll go back to the video, so bye! Anyway, back to GTA as I'm starting to get blurred vision. The only cure is to step out into the lush, warm evening, commandeer a vehicle and try my best to keep it in a straight line. This goes about as successfully as Trump's tariffs on an island only inhabited by penguins. Donald probably heard the words Emperor Penguin and thought it was a communist dictator. Somehow I veer so far off the road that I crash sideways and land in the middle of a construction site. I escape, but I keep losing control and destroying the city's key infrastructure. Don't worry about the front of my car falling off, it probably just gives the engine more cool air. Despite my best efforts to brake, I ram into a woman, killing her instantly. The first victim of my drunken rampage. It was definitely instant and definitely not deliberate. The drunkenness finally wears off and I decide it's time for a new me. I go to the dealership to see what's available. Instead of spending 1.8 million on an F1 car, I decide my money would be much better spent buying a new outfit instead. Say hello to the new me. I'm a changed man. I've gone from being a suit-wearing gangster to a chill guy who compliments women's physiques at the gym a little too much. I've gone from dealing justice to bad guys to dealing weed out the back of my mum's minivan. Once when I was in New York, I'd just come out from Back to the Future the musical. When I was waiting for the subway, a guy in a clown mask behind me started looking at himself in a shop window and got his out right then and there and started jacking it to his own reflection. What a power move. Remaining in character, I pick a fight with two random guys. I dodge one's punches and become a one-punch killer. I also one-punch kill the other guy, but the police have been called on me. I tried to push a guy into the water, but end up jumping in myself. Great. Now I'm gonna lose my trademark flip-flops. In the time it took me to swim back to shore, I lose my wanted level, and miraculously I still have my flip-flops on. I go to approach a woman, but it turns into an episode of Adolescence when she tries to run away from me. A random man with a dad bod tries to kill me, so I've got no choice but to turn into an American. I honestly believe I would feel safer dropping the soap in prison than going to school in America. The police circle me and I'm forced to take drastic action. I pull off a double kill with only 2 bullets. I think all this weed dealing has made my reactions faster. I'm mowing down policemen left and right. It becomes a bloodbath of middle-aged bald men. I steal a SWAT car and find a treasure trove. A quad bike. This is exactly what this guy would drive on a daily basis. He's definitely a swamp diver in Florida. I managed to kill a helicopter pilot while driving, and just like that, the thumbnail. I get distracted by a helicopter and crash into a pole. Just like that, my small, meaningless life is ended. It's not the end for the quad bike though, as I get back on it and make my way to the day's stash house. Small issue though, the 2 back wheels have both been shot out, so it makes steering a little bit difficult. What would have taken about 3 minutes to drive there ended up taking, no joke, 10 minutes. I spun more times than a washing machine. Wow, what a good joke. I decide the best way to combat the spinning is to drive backwards. I decide to try something new with the stash house. I tear gas them and just wait for them to die. I get the code and do everything as usual. On exiting, the gang members appear again, but this time I proximity mine them and blow them up with grenades. Cue a James Cold moment. I head to the casino and park smoothly and efficiently. Cue thumbnail concept number 2. I win 10,000 chips. Wow. I then take my mum's minivan to the gun store. What an American sentence. I accidentally park a little bit askew. I'm looking for new guns that I haven't bought yet, and one of them is this shotgun for 8 grand. I decide to add a silencer and test it out. I'm not really sure how to review a gun to be honest, but this does the job very well. I wonder how many shootouts I've ever been involved in GTA, even just in these videos. I wonder how much my mental state has declined by each time. I drive away in the beautiful sunset, which is being somewhat overshadowed by murder and death. One day when I'm old, I'll look back on this stage of my life and think about how long I spent sat down at my desk killing people with a keyboard and mouse on a screen, and I'll wonder if it was ever worth it. Yes it was. I go on a 20-minute police chase, ramming into several innocent people along the way. I head for the place that this swamp diver from Florida knows best, the beach. I wait for the police to arrive and enact my plan. I throw my Molotov cocktails and the fire quickly spreads. Police cars and helicopters are blowing up all around me. This is a pretty average day in Los Santos. Just as I'm starting to feel outnumbered, my savior arrives. A guy in a Deluxo shows up and blows up all the helicopters. Normally I would absolutely shit my pants at the sight of one of these, but they seem to be pretty friendly this time. I try to follow them, but they majestically fly off into the night. I think I just experienced true love. I think after all this violence it's time to treat myself. So I try and get on the ride at the theme park. There's no button to get on though, and the ride takes off without me. I manage to jump on it but fall, and it's only a matter of time before I'm thrown off faster than Bill Clinton's secretary's clothes. It seems like I might be alright, and then I get violently thrown from the ride. This reminds me of an Instagram reel I watched the other day where a guy fell off a roller coaster. Does anyone else keep getting Instagram reels of people literally just dying? I've had farmers getting mangled by a combine harvester, someone hang gliding into lava, and a guy getting crushed by an elephant. This isn't even going to have a joke at the end of it. I'm genuinely disturbed by the content on Instagram reels lately. One of the last things I do today is tamper with police evidence, giving me 25k from it. The police then tried to kill me yet again, so I'm forced to have yet another shootout. While I make my escape, an NPC goes nuts and runs over like 8 people. They flew all over the road more unconvincingly than that scene from the Ferrari movie. Honestly, this GTA series has been nothing but violence. I thought I started over. New outfit, new character, same tricks. I'm cornered outside my own home and decide to die honorably by shooting right through enemy fire and dying right outside my house. A very relaxing day in GTA Online. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.